Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is not going to be the typical episode that I usually do. This is going to be more of just a announcement video letting you guys know of some changes that you're going to see taking place on the YouTube channel here in the next few days and over the next several weeks. My intention is to kind of split off the 1111 matrix code videos into their own section. And then I want to start incorporating new videos that are relating to, my research into ITC and also into reversed speech. Now, a lot of you have heard me on the Confessionals with Tony Merkel. You've heard me on Tinfoil Hat with Sam Tripoli. And I've been talking about those things, ITC and reverse speech. And for those of you who don't know what IT stands for, or ITC stands for, it's instrumental transcommunication, which is the act of communicating with entities, spirits, interdimensional beings through electronic devices, but also using, like water, which is, referred to as scrying or hydromancy. So I want to, because that's part of my other interests is in these other fields, and I can't control the information, that's coming through this 1111 matrix code. I can't control when new information is going to show up. I don't have any control over it. So in an effort to keep the channel alive, keep the channel going, be able to put out content for you guys each week, I figured I would start incorporating these other interests of mine into the channel. But again, like I said, they're going to be split off into their own sections. So all of the 1111 matrix code videos will be in their own section. All of the new ITC videos will be in their own section. And all of the reverse speech stuff will be in its own section. So there'll be no confusion. There'll be no intermixing these videos. And for those of you who have an interest in the ITC stuff, great. If you don't have an interest in it, then, you don't have to watch those videos. You can just watch the 1111 matrix code videos. Or if you have an interest in reverse speech, you can watch that. But yeah, that's just two other things that, I have an interest in. And again, like I said, to keep the channel alive, to keep the content coming, I want to be able to incorporate these other elements into the channel because I don't want to go weeks and weeks and weeks of not putting anything out while in the background, I'm researching stuff. Like right now, I'm researching how the 1111 matrix code will, mix and tie into other portions of the Bible, all the other gospels, and just seeing what information can be obtained. But that takes time. So like I said, I don't want to go weeks and weeks and not put anything out because I don't want people to lose interest. And hopefully you don't lose interest just because I'm incorporating some of these other elements into the channel. Now, my main goal with the ITC research is, and I'll probably put some of the audio sessions that I've done on here, but my biggest goal is to demonstrate some of the photos and videos that I've taken of what appear to be spirits, interdimensional beings. There's what appears to be extraterrestrial beings coming through. And I want to be able to demonstrate that what is coming through is not pareidolia, okay? Because that is normally, I'd say about 97% of the time when I've posted something through different Facebook groups, I constantly get these remarks from people that, oh, that's just pareidolia. It's just your mind seeing what it wants to see. And I don't believe that. I understand completely what pareidolia is. I understand looking at a light socket and thinking that, okay, it looks like two eyes and a mouth. I get going outside and looking up at the clouds and thinking that you see a bunny rabbit or a car or a dog. I get it. But when you see some of these images and the detail that is in these images, I don't buy into it being simply pareidolia. And that's my goal is I guess to prove that it's not. For me, I think that pareidolia is just a word that someone created in a effort to explain away what they were seeing, but yet not understanding. And I get it as well that faces are something that we recognize. It's one of the most recognizable things for us to see. You know, that's why in a crowd of people, you can pick out your friend because you recognize their face. And of course, you know, as babies, we recognize our parents. You know, we smile when we see them smile. Those are things that we recognize, that we see and we understand. I get it. I get it. But I think some of these images you're going to see for yourself that this is just a step beyond that. And when you start to see how these faces and other images, because it's not always just faces. I've actually had people say to me, well, why is it always faces that you find or you pull out? Well, you have to understand, when I first started doing this, that's what I was asking for. I was asking them to show themselves to me if it's possible. You know, I would, during a session, I would sit there and say, you know, if you can come through and show yourself to me, please do. It would be great, you know, blah, blah, blah. So what else are they supposed to come through and show me? Their shoulder, their elbow. I mean, those are things that, you know, you would probably just easily skip right past because it's not as noticeable as someone's face coming through. And it's not always people either. Sometimes there's things that come through that appear to be, as I've said before, extraterrestrial, interdimensional. Some of them don't even look even remotely human. They look like something else, like a species that we've never even seen before. But I've also gotten dogs and other animals coming through. And they're quite clear when you see them. And just the idea that these images can come through in a bowl of liquid, okay, that's being agitated, or coming in through something known as the video feedback loop. It's impossible. I mean, it's not impossible because it's possible, but it seems impossible. Okay. I know that that's probably confusing, but it does. It seems impossible to take a video camera. That's what the video feedback loop is. So what you do is you take a video camera and a TV. Okay. Nothing else plugged into it, or at least that's the way I do it. So, because I definitely want to make sure that there's no interference. There's no, you know, TV antenna, there's no cable, there's no satellite, nothing, just the video camera itself. And of course, the TV's plugged into the wall. But so you take the video camera and you put it about 3 or 4 feet away from the TV, and you turn it so that it's pointing at the TV screen itself. And what you end up getting is this image of the TV inside the TV, inside the TV, inside the TV, and so on, into infinity. It would be like taking two mirrors and putting them face to face and then looking through and seeing the repeating images on through both mirrors just over and over and over. Okay, it's the same type of visual. But what you do is you zoom in, like slowly start zooming into the screen. And of course, you have to sometimes refocus and zoom in and refocus and zoom in. But by doing this, you end up creating this warping effect, which you'll see in these future videos that are coming. And it's through that warping effect that these images are coming through. And again, keep in mind, it's just the video camera pointing at the TV. So when you have these clear images, not all of them are clear, but some of them are quite clear enough that you can definitely make out the details. That's where it seems impossible that these things can come through and reveal themselves in this way. But yet it happens. So is that just coincidence? I don't think so. There's got to be more to it. And that's what I'm wanting to show, demonstrate, and try to prove that it's not pareidolia. It's not just our minds seeing what we want to see. What we're seeing is actually there. How did it get there? Okay. And through the water scrying, that it's essentially the same thing. You're creating this warping effect, but you're doing it with liquid. So, I've used water, I've used coffee, you pour it into a bowl. And what I do is, I just pour it into a bowl. I have a camera in my hand and I'm making sure that my own reflection cannot show up in the liquid, but I'll just stand there with a camera kind of over it and just move the bowl around in just different directions, getting the liquid to move all over the place. And I'm filming video as I'm doing it. Then I go back and I analyze that video frame by frame. It takes a lot of time. I've shot thousands of photos. I've shot thousands of videos, many of which contain nothing. Okay. But there's some that contain these most outstanding images. And that's what I want to share with you guys. And I want to be able to show you how these images formed. Now, there's one that I want to show you right now. I can't show you how this formed because I wasn't shooting video. I was just taking pictures. And this is when I very, 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 very first started doing this. I was using smoke from like a room mister or humidifier. It was just this thing that would, put out like a mist and smoke. And I was just standing and taking pictures. Now you'll see here, I'm going to pull up this one image here. So, and I don't know if my pointer is going to show up on the screen or not. So if it doesn't, I'll have to do it in post. But if you look over to the far right of this image, you'll start to see something that doesn't make a whole lot of sense that it should be there, but it is. It almost looks like a gremlin or some kind of gargoyle, possibly even, I don't know, I hate to even say this because I know how people will react, but some kind of demon of some sort. But it doesn't look evil to me, okay? It just doesn't have that sinister look to it. Now, not saying it's not, but it just, to me, it doesn't come off as being that way. It just does look like some kind of gremlin or something like that. I have no idea what it is, though. But it just looks way different than the rest of the smoke. And as you can see, I have taken a black 3-sectioned poster board and set it up and then put the that mister thing, that humidifier thing, in front of it and just let the smoke come out of it. And I just stood off to the side and just was taking picture after picture after picture after picture. And some of them, nothing came through at all. But some of them came through and had something quite interesting in it. And this is one of them. Now, the next image I'm going to show you is where I have taken this area that I am seeing, and hopefully you can see it too. And again, it's over to the far right. I have taken that and put it into Photoshop and have like taken half of this thing's face, because that's really all that you can see. You can start to see part of the other side. It's the left side of the face and then part of the right. But what I wanted to do to really make it stand out was I took and copied half of the left side of the face and flipped it so that we could kind of see symmetrically how this face would look if the whole entire thing was there. Okay. And then I've added some additional color. Now that's really all I do to these images. I will sometimes load them into a program called Aurora HDR, which enhances the high dynamic range of the image. It's not altering the image. It's not changing or adding anything there that wasn't already there. It's just assisting in pulling out the detail, okay? And then, like I said, sometimes I will add color just for effect, but I'm not painting anything there that doesn't exist. I'm not cloning anything there that doesn't already exist. I'm just enhancing what I'm seeing so that it shows up and the detail comes out more. And you'll see what I'm talking about in this next image. So in this next image, there's the face, and you can see clearly where the eye is, the mouth, the cheek, the side, and then it comes up to what looks like, an ear or something on the top of its head. And then, of course, when it's flipped, we get the duality, both sides of this face. So let's go back. So here's the original image. So if you look over to the right, screen right, I guess, you can see it. And you can see clearly where the eye is. You can even see the pupil in the eye. You can see where the nose is, everything. It's all there. And that's what you're seeing here. But I've just added some color to help it stand out more. I mean, it stands out pretty clear on its own right there, but this just helps kind of seal the deal and, make it obvious that, yes, there is something that formed there in the smoke, the mist, that technically should not be there. Now, we've all seen faces in images in smoke. I mean, there's those images that came out when, 9/11 happened, those demonic faces that appeared in the smoke. I mean, some of those were quite amazing and interesting, and no one really questions how or why they formed. And when they do, they just say, it's just pareidolia. I disagree. So anyway, as I said, that one was just an image, so I can't show you like frame by frame through a video how this one formed, but you will see in future videos how these things came to form in the liquid or through the video feedback loop. Now, one other image that I want to show, and I know I have the video for this one somewhere, I just have to find it. I have no idea. Like I said, I have thousands and thousands and thousands of videos and photos, and I have to go through each one of those. I was marking them each time I would find something, but sometimes I just got so excited when I found it, I instantly took a screenshot and, posted it and then didn't mark the video. So, but this next one, this one was done through video feedback loop. And I have absolutely no idea how this image that you're seeing right now on the screen, how this actually formed. Because when you see these videos that I'm going to be posting here shortly, and you see how the video feedback loop looks as it's, just swooping across the screen over and over and over, this type of detail is usually not present, and in fact hasn't been present except in this one video. I have never seen anything like this form since. And it's really hard to even tell what this is. I mean, it looks like some kind of, I don't know, massive structure, the side of some massive ship, or I don't know. Like, it looks like a bunch of tubing or piping, and it looks like a maze, some kind of labyrinth of some sort. I have no idea. Who knows? Maybe this is the construct that makes up the matrix that we live in. I have no idea. But it's just a cool image. And when I do find that video, I want to be able to show you guys how this formed on the screen. So, yeah. And you're going to see some amazing images in these videos coming up. And I don't intend to make those videos very long. I know that the 1111 matrix code videos can be quite tedious to watch sometimes because they're just really long, but there's a lot of information there. And trying to break it down into smaller videos isn't always easy. But if I'm just coming on and showing you one session and show you how this face or whatever it is that I'm showing you in the moment, how it formed, it shouldn't take that long. So those videos will be a lot shorter. So anyway, I just wanted to show you a couple of those and kind of pique your interest into what I'm talking about when I talk about ITC and what's coming in the future. Now, obviously, as new information comes up with the 1111 matrix code, I will definitely be putting out more videos. But as I said, I can't control when the information comes, and I don't want to just go weeks and weeks and weeks and not put anything out and leave you guys hanging. Okay. I just don't want to do that. And I want to be able to keep the channel alive, keep it going, keep everyone's interests piqued. And who knows if this ITC stuff and reverse speech, somehow it all plays into this idea that we are in a simulated reality. It could. So again, just very quickly, if you don't have any interest in the ITC stuff or the reverse speech stuff, give it a chance. Just give it a chance. That's all I'm asking. Just give it a small chance. Watch a couple of the videos. If you're still not interested, then don't watch them. But I think many of you will find these incredibly, incredibly fascinating. And it just opens up a whole different idea and way of thinking about our own reality and what happens to us when we pass on, and opens up the doorway to the definite, possibility that other dimensions exist. So, yeah. Okay. Enough rambling. I just wanted to kind of do a quick little announcement and let you know what was coming down the pipeline, and that you're going to start seeing some changes taking place on the YouTube channel. So don't freak out. But yeah, definitely give these videos a chance, and, hopefully you'll enjoy them and get something out of it. But again, if you don't, it's okay. You don't have to watch them. Just stick to the 1111 matrix code or the reverse speech. Again, if you have an interest in that. Now, I do want to state that very quickly, I don't need people leaving comments about, how the Bible says that you shouldn't communicate with spirits and all of this. I have already heard it 1,000 times from other people. So let's just keep our opinions to ourselves and and not create any bickering or animosity and anything like that. And even with other people on the channel. Okay. We're all entitled to our opinions, but many times our opinions are better left unsaid. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes people can just be total dicks, you know, and truly, like, this is more for the people that just instantly jump on this bandwagon of the whole pareidolia thing. Again, I get what it is. I understand what it is, but really spend some time examining these videos and these images and see for yourself that this is beyond that. Okay? That's all I ask. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end this here, and we'll be talking again soon, and you'll be seeing, like I said, some new videos showing up on the channel just under these different topics. So until next time, hope everyone takes great care of themselves and stay out of this heat. It is absolutely brutal. Got, I think, 108 degrees yesterday, and it was miserable. Absolutely miserable. But yeah, so until next time, take care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.